hearing, so you wanna play with magic? Boy, you should know what you're fighting for. 'Cause are you ready for the perfect storm, perfect storm? It's the Holy Grail. Ooh, I need a necklace. Hang on. Another one of my inventions. Yes, I'm wearing the same clothes from yesterday. I don't leave my house. And you can't smell me. And I didn't have a desire to change my clothes. And I don't smell at this time. Okay, so hello everybody and welcome. So as you see with the topic today, that's the headline that's hitting the real news, okay? Regarding the Revelation Revolution. It's kind of hard to say fast. Revelation Revolution. Because I asked God, what should I call it? I wasn't sure what to call this revolution. And God was like, the Revelation Revolution. I thought, perfect. Because these are the times of revelation. And this is the revolution. So we're having a revelation revolution. This means that this is the end of the old world and the new world is currently being born. That's why so many of us are now informed of the old world. It's because of us being informed of the old corrupted system that's been keeping us down in a very clever way, almost undetectable way, that we are ushering in the new world order, where we actually do things as correctly as we could, you know? So we'll be getting more justice in the courts, like they're supposed to be. People will be held accountable for their war crimes and their crimes against humanity. You know, people in high places who were above the laws of the land, they are falling from grace, and we are slowly being put on an equal or even playing field where right is right and wrong is wrong. And if you do the crime, you're going to do the time, no matter who you are, the way it used to be. You know? So now, judges and policemen and politicians and all these type of people who consider themselves to be uh, above the law, they are slowly coming back down. They're being put where they're supposed to be, under the law. You know? Do the right thing or else you're going to pay the price just like everybody else, the way it's supposed to be. Okay? So this is the revolution. That's what the new world is going to look like. Justice will be given to the just. The innocent, we're going to have less cases of the innocent paying for the guilty, less cases of innocent people being taken to jail. We are about to see a lot of things that we have not seen probably ever in our lifetimes happen. in the coming years. And this is just the beginning. And fake Jews, I know that you're mad at me because you're looking for somebody to blame. But I do not make the news. I simply report on it. These things that I'm saying are things that are actually taking place that you know about, that you are afraid of, you are worried about, because as it was revealed to me when I was doing the pre-shuffle to find out what the title of this reading is meant to be, it's saying that you're looking for someone who can undo all the things that the adults have learned about the corrupt system. We are becoming too wise for you, and it's bad for your business. So you're looking for somebody who can now use whatever resources and whatever sources they can to then pull the wool back over our eyes, and you can't find anyone. You're looking for the undo button, so to speak, the undo plug, the undo switch. I'm not making you do that. I'm simply reporting to the people that that's what's happening. And I think it's only fair, since you have been filling our minds with propaganda for years, lies. You've been putting nations against nations, husband against wives, children against their parents, governments against their citizens. Okay? Wives against their husbands, teachers against the students, neighbor against neighbor. Light skin against dark skin. You've been doing all these things for years, and we had to sit through it. We had to suck it up. We had to deal with it the best way that we could. And now it's your turn to sit through your time of reckoning. Suck it up and deal with it the best way that you could. And I would suggest, instead of you looking for people to blame, you need to try and find out as much information as you can about what the future holds for you and how you can make the best out of now so that you can secure yourself and your family and those you care about in the future. Instead of trying to stop the revolution, because you cannot. The book has been written. Now we realize that you were the star. That book was written about you, the Jews, those who say you are Jews, but are not, but are of the synagogue of Satan. This book was talking about you. Talking about the Bible. I don't know about the other holy books. I'm not familiar with them. I am familiar with the Bible. And you were the evil genius spoken of. Not the real Jews. Not the ones whose hearts are turned towards God. The ones who say their hearts are turned towards God. But they think about the most evil things they can do all day, every day to get by in life. You clearly don't know God. People who know God, they don't survive that way. That's an abomination. It's everything that God warned us against. Okay? So, I want it to be clear that when I talk about Jews, I'm not talking about everybody. I'm just talking about the fake ones. Just like they're fake Rastas, fake Christians, fake Buddhists, fake Muslims. Yeah, We got them everywhere. But I'm talking about the fake Jews today. Because you run this hellhole. This hellhole was built on your hellish thoughts and ideas, your hellish principles. So we're talking to you. You're the one who has the most to lose in these times. Rightfully so. You have stolen quite a lot, so you have quite a lot to lose. So it's the time of reckoning. It's time to pay. It's time to pay up. Okay? And like I said, this could either be a smooth transition into your future or this can be a very horrible one. How you choose to treat the people that are in your life and on your path going forward will determine what type of travel you get going into your future. We can either support you or we can come down on you like a ton of bricks. For the Lord knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. That's what God wants from you. God's not here to change your status. God is here to change your heart and your mind. Clean it up. But if you refuse to change your heart and your mind and clean up how you do things, then your status will also fall. So it's up to you whether you want to be stubborn or you want to be cooperative with the divine and the elect of the divine. It's time for you to stop pretending that you love God and start to love God for real. Because like I keep telling you, the way that I'm approaching your case is very courteous, very easy, very smooth, very friendly, yet serious. I can be a different version of myself. We can handle this very differently. And if you insist on removing me because you think that it's going to stop everything, I promise you, the person who takes over this role after me will not be as nice as myself. Because it's imperceivable that I could be this forgiving and conscientious and kind and patient with you, even though you've done so many atrocious things to nations and myself. And you will still not find it in your heart to treat me with some level of decency. When God put so much power in my hands, I'm sure I can Google your names and do personal readings on you if I so choose. But it's not in my manifesto to destroy you unless you insist based on your actions. And so far you're not doing great because my phone is still poisoning me. My technologies are still poisoning me. I have a right to breathe clean air. My foods and my tobacco are still being contaminated with God knows what. I have a right to consume untainted products. So you're not doing very well. And there's an expiration date when it comes to how much time I'm going to give you to keep abusing me and I still keep being kind to you. And I'm not going to call a date. I'm going to come in like a thief in the night. So take this for a joke if you bumbuckler want to. So let's see, what does God want us to know about them looking for someone who can undo our awakening, and they can't find anyone. They can't find anyone with access. And that's because God is the one who grant people who use different practices of divination to commune with the heavens. God has to grant us access. And God says it's time for change. So God is not going to empower anyone to empower you to keep doing what you've been doing. I'm not trying to lord over you. I'm not trying to belittle you. I want the war between you and I to come to an end. I don't want to have to come on here and keep arguing with you or disrespecting you. I'm here to bring you the messages from the divine, because believe it or not, God still loves you and care about you. And I have a much lower tolerance for you than God does. So I am here on God's service. So I will happily switch up gears with you and ignore you completely. Not talk to you with kindness. Not speak words of life or hope into you. Not try to bring you messages of clean business ideas so you can make lucrative, successful generational businesses. Clean money. Long clean money. I've already given you an example. The re-release cinema, that was for free. If you put that into motion, you can feed your people for years. I mean, generation years. We gave you that for free. That's a way for you to bring money into your household or into your companies without having to hurt anybody or steal from anybody or collect any more bad karma for yourself. We gave you another good business idea, which is to drop the verse from Beyonce's Drunken Love song. That is set to bring you in up to $40 billion more. And that's only two business ideas. Long money. Long money. What about our offer is making you uncomfortable? What about our offer makes you feel like it's a bad idea? What about our offer make you even have to think about whether you should say yes? It's mostly a get out of jail free card. You're going to have to suffer some, naturally, so you can learn your lesson. And I'm sure the emotional and psychological torment that you're going through right now because you're trying to stop this change and you cannot, is a good start. But God isn't here to condemn you. God is here to actually save you. All you have to do is choose to do the right thing. Change how you've been doing things for years. Generations. However long you've been doing what you've been doing, how you've been doing. Actually, it's years because there was a point when things were actually good. It wasn't this bad. So, it's up to you what you want to do. Most High God, please block anybody trying to interfere with this reading. Do step in and deliver your messages to your children. What do you want to share with us about this matter, please? We got the bullying card make an appearance. Is he bullying or what? Primary school. Children. At the bottom of the deck. Oh, yeah, but you've been bullying me, the oracle. For what reason? For what reason? Make yourself make sense. Because there's a lot that I can do to you and I choose not to. You need to take that into account when you think about bullying me. Because that can change. If you want war, we will bring you war. And we will just speed up your downfall. I could go on, get your names, and come and do personal readings on you and your family life. Straight into your house, into your private quarters. Find out if you're cheating on your wife or cheating on your husband. Find out who you got horrible plans for. The same thing I was going to do with that stupid woman. That secret society woman. What evil plans you got for the people around you? Let's start some fires in your very circle. Since you got so much time to put in negative energy into hurting me, who is doing nothing to you. I'll make you busy with your own drama by revealing your darkest, most horrible thoughts and secrets and behaviors in your house. Find out if you molest your children. Find out if you pimp out your wife, Mr. and Mrs. so-called Jew. Find out if you're taking money from your husband and hiding it somewhere. Find out if you're planning to leave your husband or wife anytime soon secretly. You're just a Google away. And if you choose to corrupt my Google search, I don't need Google when I got these. And I have a connection straight to the divine. I can get whatever information I need. I don't even need these. If God want to get you, God, you gonna get got. Be careful how you're treating me. I've had enough. Stop abusing me. Okay. God sent me to help you and you're fucking trying to destroy me. How you treat me has a lot to do with how the people will rise up or not rise up against you, you know. Because if I have good reports to make about you, that will bring you some kind of favor in the eyes of the people that you're actually changing. You're trying to do better. But if I have to come back to my people and tell them that you're still treating me like crap, they're not going to have any pity for you. And right now, you're not doing too well in gaining their favor, or mine, or God's. Okay. Play stupid and get your stupid prize if you insist. Y'all thought it would be a great idea to introduce me to tarot, thinking, oh, we're gonna use this to control her. I end up using the tarot cards to control you. All of you. Finish you. See how God works? That which the enemy meant for evil, God turned it around for good for them who love the Lord. You introduced me to tarot readings, intending to use these reports to control my mind and my actions, my beliefs. And God gave me the power to use them to control yours instead. Ruin your whole empire. Isn't that crazy? I bet y'all regret the day you introduced me. So now let's talk business. Do you believe that you guys deserve any sort of like payment for introducing me to tarot? Considering all of the crimes that you have committed against me, considering the intention behind introducing me to tarot, do you think that you deserve any form of payment, for introducing me to tarot? Considering how many years you've been abusing me for, considering that you took my father's life, considering that you turned my family against me, considering that you shut down two of my businesses so far, because my oracle business would have taken off by now, but you never even allowed me to get it off the ground. You have my phones blocked from the public so people can't reach me. You set me up with a whole bunch of bogus clients in my hairdressing occupation, and they were ruining my equipment and trying to put me into debt because that's what they were sent there to do. Since you couldn't break my confidence, you thought, oh, let's put her in debt. Let's just break her blow dryers and her hood dryer and the kettle. And it's like, let's put her in expense after you had my client base capped for many years. So although I'm one of the best in my field, every week I'm making like 300 and something. And even when I'm out on the street, nobody's walking in from the street. I don't really do walk-in clients, but at least there should have been people walking in for me to tell them, sorry, I don't do that. You can make an appointment and come back, you know? But not even that. So the whole situation was dodgy. Considering that you shut down my bank account, considering that you have spoiled so many of my teeth and you continue to do so, considering that it looks like you're working on destroying my womb, considering that you have made me suffer many broken hearts by these fucking bitch ass men that you put in my life. You see how many crimes, and that's shit. There's so many more crimes that you've committed against me. Do you think that based on that and the rest of the other terms, and considering how many of my clothing designs you've stolen and are making money from, and my shoe, you know, my shoe design ideas, and uh you know the list. Considering all these things, considering how you've damaged my reputation by spreading a whole bunch of lies about me in the eyes of the public, causing the whole of society to reject me. You made me an outcast in society, you know? So, considering all these things and all the poison that I've been breathing in on a regular basis for how many years, and all the things that happen in that house that I'm coming from over in Harrow and Wheelstone, and yeah, all those things, do you think that I owe you anything? And the list goes on. You think I owe you anything for introducing me to tarot? I think you owe me. I think your bill is bigger than anything that I could owe you. Yeah. I think how does it go in banking terms? You're in a negative. I'm sure that some of the crimes that you committed against me is enough compensation for your introduction to this that I'm about to make into a very lucrative business. Oh yeah, and I gave you a free business. I gave you several free business ideas or low cost business ideas that you'll be getting paid from for years and years and years and years. Excuse me. Yeah, so I think that you have already been repaid. So if you are used to going around and regret thinking that I owe you because it's because of you why I'm reading tarot, it's not because of you why I'm reading tarot. It's because of you why I started watching tarot. Because you intended to use it against me. To buy my own deck was my decision, my idea. I taught myself to read the deck, and then God was invited to really shoot me off as a shooting star. So technically, you're not responsible for my career as a tarot reader. You are responsible for introducing me to tarot videos. I bought the deck. I decided to buy a deck and try it out because I was fascinated. And I decided to start making my own decks after that. I made them. It was my intelligence that God put in me that made all of my oracle decks. And it is God who gave me the ability to read the messages when they come out. So you introducing me to tarot videos is where my tarot journey stops with you. So let's make that abundantly clear. Okay? So if you had anything to say regarding my tarot career to anybody else that went further than you introducing me, I ask you now to stop telling lies. You introduced me to tarot videos, not, you didn't encourage me to buy no cards, you didn't tell me I should read, nothing like that. I did all that myself out of my own interest. Okay? And I taught myself to read the decks. And then I invited God into the situation so I could become really great at it. It had nothing else to do with you. So if you think I owe you something, you need to think again. All of you. The amount of schemes that y'all tried to work on me, the amount of things that y'all did to me and my character. I think we're even, and probably to the point where some of you owe me, most of you still owe me for the damages that you have done to me. Okay? So we are definitely even. And you owe me. Because the damages that you have done to me is just too numerous. It's gonna take your lifetimes to compensate me. I was fascinated the first time I watched a tarot read. I'm wondering, how the hell can you tell me about my life? How can you tell me about what's going on behind the scenes in my life? I was like, I wanna try that. And so I bought my very first tarot deck. I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna show you my first tarot deck. As soon as I find it. Ah, here it is. This is my first tarot deck that I bought. It's my dirtiest too, because I used to have to use the lotion, and then the lotion would build up and sit on the cards, and then the cards would get sticky, and I'd have to wipe off every single card with the baby wipes just to make sure that my cards can slide against each other fairly so I could get accurate message. Yeah, that's my very first tarot deck that I decided to buy myself. And that was in 2018. And here I am in 2025. One of the best in the world. Okay, so the subject matter we got is prayer. Okay. So, concerning the fake Jews trying to find someone to help them undo the awakening of we the people, what does God want to tell us? The subject matter is prayer. And I need to find my lotion pot. Oh. Hang on, let me check these ones. Let me check these ones. Interesting. Okay, this way feels dark. This way feels light. And we like to follow the light. It's in the fucking reverse. Okay, so these are meant to be interpreted in the reverse. Okay, so let's see. So the subject matter is prayer. So we got some kind of agenda in the reverse and assessment in the reverse. Then we have church and podcast. And then we have influencing corruption. That's pretty much what they want to do. They want to find someone, a prophet or prophetess, a high priest, high priestess, somebody who claimed to be a man or woman of God who can influence more corruption. So they're gonna give a they're gonna give a message that seems like they have no agenda, but it should be assessed, but they don't want people to assess. So they want to create the impression that there's no agenda, and they don't want you to fact check anything either. They just want you to swallow whatever they're saying to you without thinking for yourself. Because it's a church podcast. Of course it's honest. Of course it's God's word. Of course eh, we're not up to anything sinister. Of course, we're not influencing corruption. We don't want you to know that part. So, anyway, so church podcast, then we have influencing corruption. Yeah, my armpit starting to do that thing again. Whatever the hell you're doing to my body, I would appreciate it. Sorry, I would appreciate it if you stop. Anyway, so the underlying issue, we got forced to do it. Mystical being, land, judge, nature's lessons, a school of life. They're saying I'm too hard, I'm solid like land. Or they want somebody who is like that. Let's read on. Judge, school of life. Then we got construct a building or company or body, which in this case would be a body. Okay. Of mental manipulation. Yeah, they want somebody who has this type of power like me, but they're not like me because they're here to mentally manipulate you in a negative way. It's actually bullying. So whereas my ministry or my podcast or my live videos, my readings are here to help you to heal and grow and progress and get your heart right with God and right with yourself and right with people around you. They are here to try and create more chaos and more corruption, more division, more lack of clarity, confusion. Yeah, that's the word, and all these type of things. More fake fake news, basically. Yeah, so they want to force some mystical being or somebody who is kind of like me to seem like they're like me, but really and truly, it's just about the mental manipulation. So if you thought I was lying, well, see, God put it right in front of your face. So let's keep on reading. What's at the bottom of the deck? So bullying, we got needing resources. We got cleaner, airport, advocate of evil. So they want somebody to come behind me and clean up the things that I said through my airport. Airport. Okay? It's not like airport. Okay? So yeah, they need resources to come and clean up my words. They need an advocate of evil who is representing the shadow government scheme, aka Mr. and Mrs. World Domination. The shadow government. Yeah. And the government. The corrupt members of government, anyway, not the good ones. Let's read on. We got healing, lawyer, reinstate, private sector. Let's see. Peace, college, hospital, surveillance of the pastor. That would be me and people like me who are upholding law and order. The talented ones who are able to bring in this revolution. The talented ones who were ordained. So that means we're in the story too. So when it comes to those who are blowing the trumpets and it say who was worthy to open the book of the seven seals, and it say to the churches this way, that way, they got God sent people to give messages, and I am one of them people, the talented one, the prophet or prophetess. So that's what I'm doing. But they want to get a replica of me who is actually government funded. You see, they want to get somebody who is as effective as me, but in a negative way. The advocate of evil. Instead of one like me, which is an advocate of good, because they think that they can only be powerful and rich if they do evil. They're dumb, aren't they? How many clean business ideas, how many business ideas did I give to them that they don't have to be hurting anybody or stealing from anybody? But I'm sure they're gonna use those business ideas and find a way to corrupt it. It wouldn't even make sense to do like any betting on it, because everybody gonna bet the damn same. They're gonna find a way to corrupt it when it's something that don't need to be corrupted, because it's such a great business idea. If executed properly, it's going to be so successful financially and as a bonding tool for communities, families and communities. Like, we're out here enjoying what we want out of the deal, and you can have our money. You could go and enjoy your money and over there. Thank you very much for the re-release cinema, and we look forward to seeing what's coming up next at the cinema, so we can support your business again, because you're supporting our families and our communities coming together to watch great entertainment that we knew from our childhood, bringing back nostalgic vibrations, just bringing us back to life again. And it's something that we get to share with these younger generations, so they can get just a feel and an understanding of how their parents grew. Come on. It's a fucking brilliant idea. And you don't have to hurt nobody to make loads of money from it for years to come. But if I have to come up with the ideas for you, you're going to have to pay me a bigger percentage. Okay? Yeah. So let me see what this part here was saying. Healing, lawyer, reinstate, private sector, peace, college, hospital, surveillance. So basically they're saying that Well, first of all, they're calling me a healer and a lawyer, and I reinstate the private sector. So that's like giving the private sector back its power. Because remember, one of the readings not too long ago was saying that the private sector is sick of always have to be hurting their businesses because of these bullies. Every time they're trying to make the best of their business, they come in with something to stop private sector or small businesses from being as lucrative, as successful as they can be. The private sector was getting sick of it. But now, with these revelations, with people paying attention and taking their power back, they are becoming more peaceful, and they're learning more about healing and paying attention, surveillance to pastor upholding law and order. So that would be me and people like me. The talented one, the prophet or prophetess. Okay, let's read the next sentence. So we got government funded, Ministry of Education, dentists, just because the elders, okay, we got high school, the Chinese people, their hidden entrance is actually preschoolish. They're children. So, let me read on some more. Children, we got police. The police is crying. Or those who were tasked with watching over this situation, those who are on the side of the shadow government, those who are being affected most, like the henchmen of the shadow government, they are crying. Yeah, Seaport jail and crying, more crying about things coming to an end. So the money that they used to make from being a a corrupt government employee, they're not making it anymore. The government employees, they were doctoring stuff for money, bank. Oh, we got vaccine. So now immunity against dark magic. At first, they were immune against dark magic, would be getting caught. But God coming like, hey! I run this shit. I am the mayor of this town. You listen to me. Be like, breaking news. It's time for your stagnation. The revelation revolution. You Jews, the fake ones, you're still looking for new recruits. You got to present yourself well. Let's see where God is going with this. They're getting paid to do it. You're looking for the fake people to make them look like. Yeah. Get paid to do it while you laugh in the background. Listen, your time up. We got divine authority. We got utilizing, the underground tunnel. So we taking over even your spots, bruv. Yeah, your secret club and your secret societies. We have the divine authority to utilize what you got. That's what God is saying. God is saying, you see these people like Chanel, they have the power to utilize even that which belongs to you. Let's read on. Secret club of society. Hotel. So hotel is like short stay. Educator. So this would be talking about the media, the news media. So basically God is saying we have the divine authority to utilize your underground tunnel, which is the media, the internet, okay? Your underground tunnel of your secret society, your secret club or society. So this is where you were doing your damage as a short-term educator. So Maybe there's gonna come a time when we come off of your internet, but for right now, we have all rights to utilize it, and you can't stop us. That's what God is saying. God is saying, I sent them to do this. And until I say they need to come off of the internet, whether you think the internet belongs to you or not, they have the right to utilize it. And there's nothing that you can do about it because I, God, sent them. God is the mayor of the news media. God said, this is my shit. Who's gonna run this town tonight? Not you, fake Jew. It's not you, fake Jew. Yeah, so we're here to use it for short time education of the public society. Okay? And the secret people. You people need to get the education more than everybody. Right? We got politics, laws of the land, loan shark in the reverse. What's that about? Upright. And we got pimp and oracle. Yeah, you be trying it. So we got politics, laws of the land, loan shark to pimp the oracle. So basically, you want to use your politics and your laws of the land to pay people money to basically come and infiltrate the oracle. Let's see, we got hidden message and delivery. So you would love to be able to like get some computer hackers to block my YouTube, or develop some fake sites with people talking trash about me, which I believe you're already doing. I just don't see them. Probably come into my comment section and be talking negative things about me. I don't see that either. Yeah, you know how you do what you do. Yeah, you're just mad. So you're trying to get people to come in and try to mess up what's going on, but God said you don't have any jurisdiction or power here. You have been replaced. You have been replaced because right now you have been hospitalized. Okay? You've been dealt a hard blow and you're in a daze like this. And be mindful how you treat us because you don't want God to say, finish him. Woo, the Street Fighter. So yeah, so we got rights to be here. We got rights to be on the internet doing this thing, and there's nothing that you can do to stop it. That's the message that God wants you to know in a nutshell. Okay? And the private sector is getting their power back. So small businesses, that's why I've been seeing more commercials about small businesses. So now because small businesses are taking their power back, all of a sudden I see commercials talking about um what helping to make small, it's called Taya. I remember the website or whatever business it is called Taya. And apparently they're claiming to be able to help small businesses. I would advise you against it. I mean, do what you want as a private, as a member of the private sector, having your own little business to take care of your family needs and stuff like that. Trying to make some honest bomber clot money. Can I just say something on this road? Yeah, we got several shops. There's quite a lot of new housing built up on my road, and I see one Indian shop really struggling because its competitors, they have more of a appeal to the public. They have a wider variety of stuff and things like that. And it's like, how many shops do you want on one road that's basically selling the same things? What we don't have on this road is somebody or some place where we can go and get a quick broom if we need a broom in a hurry. Okay? Somebody need to sell brooms. So instead of allowing his business to go down the drain like that, if you are watching this and you're hearing me or the person who owned the shop or whoever, instead of trying to sell the same, instead of trying to sell groceries, you should get more into selling hardware, because when we want hardware, we have to go all the way into the town. So if you're looking for a business idea that's workable in the vicinity that you're in, because all these other houses and whatnot, if they want things like that, they have to also go into the town center. So I suggest that you start stocking um household stuff, things that you don't get on this strip of road, or at least on this side of the strip of the road. You understand what I'm saying? When your business isn't working, you have to know when to change. I'm tired of seeing people going into business and everybody want to do the same fucking thing. Like, make yourself make sense. Why? Because it's easy? How about you look into the concept of demand and supply? How about you see where you can fill the people's needs? Instead of just repeating a successful business model that you have seen. Stop following people and make your own way. Because right now you are losing. Your shop is empty. I moved here 1 year ago, and yes, your shop was well stocked, and you eventually changed the face of your shop, making it look more appealing to the public. That was a good move. But your products aren't being sold, and you're not able to restock your shelves. That's supposed to be a sign that you should pull out, sort that out, get into something that you can actually offer to the public, that you where your sales will come in more frequently. And what we don't have around here is a place to get supply. Like, I don't know if maybe you could do like sheets, pillowcases, broom, mop bucket. You see, things like that. And I'm not gonna help you anymore. You can fill in the rest of the blanks, because y'all ain't giving me none of your fucking money. And when y'all see me, y'all wanna fucking help these fake ass Jews to be selling me dodgy products and all type of shit. So take that and do with it whatever you so desire. But you're losing, and it's in your best interest to offer something to the public that the public actually need, instead of trying to compete with these other big businesses that are selling what you sell plus more, and their shops look more inviting than yours. Okay, I'm done. Until next time. Bye bye.